That's the year the first enslaved Africans were brought to the shores of what would become the United States, Jamestown, Virginia. And when they arrived, they had African names, sacred names, names that meant something, names that tied to them, to their families, and to their generational line. But once they were sold into slavery, stripped naked, chained and dehumanized, one of the first things stripped from them was their name. And they were given the name of the slave master. They were not asked, they were not offered, they were given. If you were enslaved on the Jackson plantation and your last name became Jackson, which is my grandfather's last name, if your owner, if his name was a Carter, you became Carter, Jefferson, Johnson, Washington, Brown, Smith, Williams, Davis. Names that still dominate the black community today. You think it was just a coincidence that nearly 80% of black people in America have English surnames? It's not coincidence. It's what you call branding. It's what they call branding. It was ownership. It was psychological warfare. It was forced identity erasure. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us clearly, you are not an American. Your name is not your name. You are still mentally a slave until you rise and take back your own. And that's why he dropped Pool, the name of the former slave master, and chose the name Muhammad, as taught by Master Fard Muhammad. That's why Malcolm dropped Little. Most of you love Malcolm. I love Malcolm. And Malcolm X became Malcolm X, because Little was the name of the slave master who once owned his ancestors. And he said, I don't even know my real name. That's why I have to use X to mark the unknown. Think about that. He marked his real name with an X, like a missing person file. Because that's what we were, and that's what we are when we walk around with someone else as our last name.